Hi, how's it going, friends? I'm Darkoburi, the collector. Today we're gonna have a triple unboxing of One Piece. For today's unboxing, we're gonna do a triple unboxing of One Piece, and we'll have two Monkey D. Luffy figures. And here we have our Nami figure, which we'll save for last. Why? Because we're going to start by unboxing the main character of One Piece. Here we'll begin with a brief analysis of the box. If you look closely, this is a piece made by Banpresto and it's called King of the 80s of Monkey D. Luffy. So we have this version. Here it's a second well, a fourth transformation of Monkey D. Luffy. And here we have Nami. Let's do a brief analysis of the box. If you look, here is our hero, Monkey D. Luffy, who is, so to speak, the king of the pirates, or in this case, is on that quest. Honestly, as I've mentioned, I haven't watched much of the One Piece series, but it's been highly recommended to me, and I know they're already past 900 episodes. Honestly, it's an odyssey to watch it. There are episodes, just like in the Naruto series, where some are used as filler and don't really catch your attention. But I've been told that the story of this pirate, Monkey D. Luffy, the Terror of the Seven Seas, is absolutely amazing. So let's do this unboxing and talk a little bit about this character. So the last detail we need to look at on the box is that this piece commemorates the 20th anniversary of One Piece. With so many episodes, of course, it's been on the air for so many years. And the other thing is One Piece Stampede, which is how this piece is classified. So let's go ahead and open it. You know, I always tell you that whenever you use any sharp object, like a knife or scissors, always do it carefully and with the help of your parents if you're underage. If you're an adult, you can do it calmly to avoid damaging or injuring your piece. Here, Banpresto pieces always come divided into 3 sections, and the box sometimes has some internal separation or simply a part that covers the figure. If you look, they're protected in a bag, and the pieces that make up our character Monkey D. Luffy are separated. And the best part is that this prevents the paint on the pieces from getting damaged. These Banpresto pieces almost always, for the most part, come with a base and can't stand on their own. That's why they always include the part that goes here to support the weight of the figure. And in the pieces we've unboxed from Dragon Ball, if you notice, sometimes the pieces are left floating to give that effect that our main character is flying. So, after opening the bags, let's see what our elastic character has, who ate a fruit that gives him his powers. That's what this pirate series is based on, between being pirates and the series giving certain powers to the pirates. We have this. There have been quite a few pieces, if you want to look for them, of collaborations between Dragon Ball and One Piece. I have a Goku where he's grabbing the fruit he eats, right? This one, Monkey D. Luffy. So there are many collaborations between both companies. Obviously, why is that? Because they both belong to Shonen Jump. Obviously, we saw that the pieces are from Bandai and Toei Animation. So they do collaborations. And I also have some others, like Nami with Bulma and Bulma with Nami. So we'll talk about those later since I've already opened them. I already did the unboxing myself without recording it. But for now, let's focus here on our elastic hero, which is Monkey D. Luffy. As I've also mentioned, with these figures, when it comes to the arm, if you keep moving it, it will fit into place by itself. And the piece, if you notice, if we leave it like this, it won't be able to stand on its own. So here on the back is where the opening is. What for? To attach this part that goes directly onto the base. And unfortunately, out of all my Banpresto figures, which must be easily over 200 from different series only, one Goku has ever fallen. This little part right here broke off. This small piece broke on my figure. And now I have no way to hang it anymore. So here, if you notice, it's actually quite practical. The character is jumping, alluding to the fact that he bounces because he's made of rubber. And here we have the Monkey D. Luffy figure, which we're gonna briefly analyze. The first thing to notice is that Monkey here is wearing his classic straw hat. He wears it throughout the entire series, and it's actually part of his name, literally, Monkey D. Luffy. because of the straw hat, which means monkey straw hat. So here we have our hero who is jumping. If you look closely, the effect on his sandals is impressive. His foot is bent, completely elastic, and he's jumping. It's characteristic of him to wear shorts, like knee-length shorts, or if he's wearing pants, he rolls them up. And here we see our character with his legs stretched out. It's not that he's thin, but rather he's making it rubbery, a bit more elongated, and you can see the effect from his heels to his knee that is stretched. Another classic and absolutely striking feature on his chest is the cross-shaped scar that Monkey D. Luffy has, which is something that defines him, that huge scar. And here, it's clearly visible, looking truly impressive on his chest and of course on our character's abdomen. And he almost always wears this shirt, which is red. Also here, if you look closely, you can see the torn effect on the shirt, the ripped effect here on what he's wearing around his waist. And on the pants, you can only see a few parts that are somewhat torn. So this character is also impressive because of his face, the expression he has, and his teeth. Here, the hat is flying while he's jumping, along with his hair. We also see the position of his hands, and if you look closely, all the muscles here in his forearm are incredibly visible on our pirate, and he's ready to throw his punch. So this is the first Monkey D. Luffy we have for you in this triple unboxing from Darkoburi. And for me, this piece is absolutely stunning. It's gonna get a 10 out of 10 on the Darkoburi channel because I've never seen so much detail in a character's face. Here, you can really see the expression that he truly wants to hit his opponent. He wants to go for it, and the artist conveys that directly in the piece, especially with the position of the hand, which says this is the moment he's gonna throw the punch. So let's leave it here for a bit so you can take a look at the figure, and then we'll do the second unboxing of the day. For the second unboxing of the day, we also have Monkey D. Luffy in his 4th transformation. In fact, it says here, Gear 4 Special. And this is a 1S, One Piece Spirits, which is the form that, if you look closely, has this spirit shape coming out from Monkey D. Luffy's transformation. Remember, he's still king of the Aries. Here is the form or the figure that we are going to open from Banpresto. It's still from Bandai, One Piece, and obviously from Toei Animation. So let's do the unboxing, and remember, there were some pirates who were bad, really bad. So they were the ones Monkey was fighting when he decided to use this transformation. The transformations from 2nd gear to 3rd gear and finally to this 4th gear all came after Monkey's intense training. And as far as I understand, in the fight, when he's doing this, he can have several transformations of 4th gear. One of them is Bounce Man, where he starts to grow, inflates himself with air. Our character gradually fills up with air and gets bigger. So then his limbs also harden. If you look closely, we'll be observing that here. His limbs harden so much that they turn red. He keeps inflating, and they call him Bounce Man because he's constantly bouncing around. Once he's in this form, he can't stop bouncing. Afterwards, he can inflate more and more until he becomes Tank Man, which is kind of like when Cell was about to explode against our heroes in Dragon Ball Z, and he turns into this totally huge inflated beast, but still remains strong. And the last one could be Snake Man. So let me know in the comments which of these 3 forms you think we're gonna make with this figure. Do you think it will be Bounce Man, Snake Man, or Tank Man? Why? Because, as I've told you, I haven't seen it, so I need you to help me out by telling me which of the 3 transformations it is. For me, I'd say it's a little closer to being Snake Man. What do you think? Leave your answer in the comments here on the Darkoburi channel. So let's go ahead and assemble our figure, which, as I mentioned, is always very easy to do. The pieces already come with well-defined patterns, and as I said before, Banpresto always includes the bases so you can display your figure. In this case, this one, the Spirit, as they call it, will serve as the base for our Bounce Man, Snake Man, or Tank Man, depending on what you tell me. So here with our Monkey D. Luffy, if you notice, the base is the same cloud that's creating the effect that swirls all around our piece. Here, when we look at the inside of the piece, you can see the black hat here, but down here you can also see the straw hat he's wearing. So don't forget, both hats are attached together, there's no way to separate them. Here our character Like in any good transformation, his hair shoots dramatically upward as he's transforming, and of course, his arms remain stretchable when he wants to chase after his enemy. As I mentioned, here our hero is filling up with air. We know he's monkey, even though he looks a little different because of the scar he has on his chest. He's still our main hero, though here he's a bit slimmer. And here, already angry and facing off against one of the pirates, he made this transformation after so much training. And here are his legs, which start to bounce. If you notice, the jacket is now wearing a black jacket, which is very different from the red shirt he had before. And the pants, if you notice, are also red, which is very different from the black pants here. He no longer has the sash around his waist. And here is our hero, Monkey D. Luffy, now truly ready to fight. And as I mentioned, he keeps bouncing around in this fourth transformation, fourth gear. Here we have our highly detailed One Piece figure of Monkey D. Luffy, the main character of the series. Let's take a closer look at it. Now, after having taken a good look at our figure, we're going to do the third and final unboxing, and we're going to unbox this piece. Yes, it's from Banpresto. It also says it's for the 20th anniversary of One Piece, but if you look here, it says glitter and glamorous on the Nami figure. So Bandai sometimes brings out these really charming figures that are very colorful, and we're gonna unbox this Nami figure. Let's remember that Nami has also, well, joined our hero, Monkey D. Luffy. They met her in the first episodes, so she's been part of the series ever since. Once again, the figure comes protected in plastic. Again, we have the figure. It comes in 3 sections, and what's particularly special is the base. If you look closely, the base is something quite unique, like water, as if she's stepping on water. And here there was an extra little piece of cardboard on the figure to protect the foot. If you notice, here on the feet are the holes or slots to attach them to the base. Specifically, Banpresto makes one of them one size and the other a different size. What is this for? So that when it fits together, it's exactly at the height they want the figure to be. And likewise, here the opening in the head to attach it is gonna be something really simple. Here we're gonna place Nami's piece, and once it's inserted, the figure stays solidly in one place. So let's analyze the figure. Here we're gonna start by analyzing. Notice Nami's original orange hair from the series, and it comes with a flower. Remember, they're pirates, and they spend their lives between the beach, the sea, the ships, and all the fights they get into. That's why they're almost always wearing bikinis or very beachy outfits, like the straw hat our hero Monkey wears. And here, simply, the figure's characteristic of Nami is her tattoo. She has some ornamental pieces here on her arm, on her waist, and everything else is just the figure of Nami. There are several figures in this style. Honestly, even though I don't really collect them, I must have about 3 or 4 in my collection in addition to this Nami figure. But since you all told me you wanted One Piece pieces here on the Darkoburi channel, I brought you 3 special Banpresto One Piece figures. So here, I'll leave you with a much closer and more detailed look at the Nami figure from One Piece. So, as you probably already know, we're on all the major social media platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and of course, we're also on YouTube. Remember to turn on the notification bell on YouTube, subscribe, and like our Facebook page. It really helps us out a lot. Watch the whole video. On Instagram TV, we post a video or a slightly shorter version because, well, Instagram doesn't allow for much longer. And as always, Darkoburi, peace out.